all for being here, and thank you to the Japanese Taiko brothers. My name is Jody Christensen. I'm the Executive Director for the McMinnville Economic Development Partnership, and we are thrilled to have this day finally here. We wanted to welcome Mayor Scott Hill and the McMinnville Urban Renewal Advisory Committee Chair Walt Gowell up to the stage.
I just hope that we don't need to sing and dance, you guys, because we don't bring that kind of talent.
You can be sure of that.
Well, on behalf of the City of McMinnville and all of our partners, we welcome you here today. This is a process that started in 2007, and we'll have an opportunity to share our story with you, and we're going to recognize partners, and then after that, then the fun begins. We have a party for you, so we're excited to have you here. The first thing that I'd like to do is recognize this process that we've gone through. This process has involved many partners, but the partners that I'd like to start out with is the citizens and the citizens that have come to the plate and given us their input into this process. This has been a transparent process that we've asked for much feedback, and today, with a lot of the visioning, a lot of the conversations, a lot of the engineering, the planning, and then the construction, we're here to celebrate the finished product of something that's going to continue for many years. Let me just start a little bit with the story. It happened as a result of an informal conversation that started with our planning director in 2007, Doug Montgomery, and with Kelly McDonald, based on drawings that were of the granary district in which we're in right now, and what it could like based off of the Granville Island Development Project in Vancouver, Washington. Now in 2008, Doug and his planning associate director, Jennifer Lay, received a notice for a planning grant, and successfully they received that grant with the highest rankings.
In 2010, Doug Montgomery succeeded in getting that revitalization grant, and the very next year the council formed what was called the Northwest Gateway Advisory Committee, which met many times over the succeeding months. Some of the people on that committee included, and these were not all of them, but Kathleen Stock and Margaret Leagard, Wendy Stassens, Mike Morris, Mark Davis, Alan White, Jeb Bodine, Kelly McDonald, and Peter Kircher. And they met and they put together a vision for what this Northeast Alpine, they called it the Northeast Gateway area of the city, would become over the next 20 years, and presented that onward to the city council, who endorsed that. Simultaneously with that happening, there were two other things happening. One is that the city council had appointed a transportation advisory committee to undertake another look at what the city needed for roadway improvements. That advisory committee focused, one of its primary projects was this street, Alpine Street, that they identified as being one for funding in the 2014 transportation bond. Also at the same time, the city council had appointed an advisory committee to establish and look at the idea of an urban renewal district, and over that same period of time an urban renewal plan was created and adopted, and part of that plan, in fact the first and primary project of that plan, was taking Alpine Street and undertaking to create a festival street that could be used, and pedestrian and people-friendly street to serve as a gathering place and a festival location within the city. That 2014 transportation bond passed, the urban renewal plan was adopted, and the funding that was created from those two sources funded the improvements that you see here today.
Alpine Avenue is intended to be a special place where in McMinnville we can have a mingling of visitors, residents, and businesses. We imagine this street at some point to be festive and interactive and bringing many people to this community. A place where businesses feel they can be, a place where homeowners can be, a place that is gathered. We built the infrastructure and we're going to watch it grow. This street represents many years of planning, visioning, and construction. And today we'd like to thank so many of our partners who have spent time and effort, listened, and brought their expertises to the table to create what we think is going to be a foundation for many things to come in the future.
And I look at the sewer manholes here as an example of that, so please don't miss those. From the Northeast Gateway work to the McMinnville Urban Renewal Advisory Committee, to the project team at Leland Consulting and Sarah Architects, to the city engineering and planning staffs, the Public Works Department, HDR, McMinnville Water and Light, Online Northwest, OBEC, engineers.
We'd also like to thank Emery and Sons, Comcast, Frontier, Steel and Timber Construction, Lareso Concrete, C&D Landscaping, Aiken Electric, Wade Broadband, Lightspeed Internet, Hart, Crozier, and Northwest Natural Gas. At this time, we'd like to invite up City Manager Jeff Towery and City Councilors. Sal is here, Wendy is here. Do we have any other City Councilors here that I've not seen? If those individuals could come. And Council President Mankey's out of town, out of the country, to be honest, and so she's not able to be with us.
They got their hats. We will now recognize the key stakeholders that made this project possible. I'd like to invite up the city engineering team of Director, City Engineer Mike Bissett, Project Manager Larry Sherwood, a very key person in this project, Engineering Services Manager Rick Spotford, Planning Director Heather Richards, and Public Works Superintendent David Renshaw.
We would also like to invite the current McMinnville Urban Renewal Advisory Committee up. Cassie Sollers, Kyle Falk, Ed Gormley, Kelly McDonald, Marilyn Warax, Ozzie Bladine, Wendy's already up here, John Dietz of Mac Water and Light, and Bradley James. And then I'd also like to invite a couple of special guests up. Our retired city manager, Kent Taylor. Kent, if you'd come up, and our retired city planning director, Doug Montgomery, if they would come up and be with us also.
Tell everybody I'm sorry.
Yeah. What we'd like to do at this point is, as mayor, I have the opportunity from time to time to have proclamations, and I'm going to do a proclamation today and give this to the city. But if you just bear with us for a moment. Whereas in 2012, the city of McMinnville adopted the Northeast Gateway Plan for the 75-acre northeast of downtown McMinnville, with a vision of creating a unique destination that reflects the authenticity of historic and current uses within the area. A place where things are crafted, experienced, and enjoyed, and a place where you can live, work, and play. And whereas in 2013, the city of McMinnville adopted an urban renewal plan to encourage economic growth and encourage a unique district identity in the Northeast Gateway area. And whereas Alpine Avenue is a central spine and primary pedestrian route through the district, and as envisioned will be a flexible space for vehicles, bikes, and pedestrians that can also be used for festivals. And whereas by using voter-approved 2014 transportation bond program funds and urban renewal funds, the city has invested in an Alpine Avenue Street improvement project that will set the stage for future private job creations, housing, and vitality in the area. And whereas the development of a vision for the completion of the Alpine Avenue project would not have been possible without the efforts of many people, including the Northeast Gateway Project Advisory Committee, the McMinnville Urban Renewal Advisory Committee, the 2014 Transportation Bond Measure Advisory Committee, the McMinnville City Council, the businesses and property owners along the corridor, the staff in the city's planning, engineering, and public works department, the professionals at HDR Engineering, Sierra Architects, and OBEC Consulting Engineers, and the construction team of Emery and Sons, C&D Landscape, Aiken Electric, Steel and Timber Construction, Alasso Concrete, and Eastside Paving. Now hereby, I, Scott A. Hill, Mayor of the City of McMinnville, do hereby dedicate this wonderful Alpine Avenue Street Improvement Project to the citizens of McMinnville on this, the 27th of April 2018, and in witness thereof I have herefore set my hand and caused the official seal of McMinnville to be affixed this, the 27th day of April 2018. Signed, Scott A. Hill, Mayor of McMinnville. Congratulations all.
That didn't work very well.
We want to thank you all for coming out today, but the party's just starting. We have several food vendors, wonderful booths, and we have amazing entertainment for you. We wanted to thank Kelly McDonald of the Granary District for sponsoring the wildly popular Alpine hats. We've been asked to get more. We'll try to do that. We also want to thank MURAC, the MDA, the McMinnville Community Center, Public Works, the MEDB team, Bottons and Harvest Fresh. Let's enjoy today. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the wildly popular Linfield a cappella group, Not Your Forte.
If you told me that you were only problem was me to not tell you, and every time you told me to and tried to make me forget where I came from. My mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never lied to admit that I was wrong, yeah. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself. For all the times that you made me feel small, I fell in love, now I feel nothing now. I never felt so low when I was around. I got fooled, now that you break down my walls. My mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never lied to admit that I was wrong, yeah. I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself.
Ain't gonna work on the railroad, ain't gonna work on the farm. Lay around the shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. I know that your parents don't like me. They ran me away from your door. If I had my life to live over, I wouldn't come around anymore. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Where were you last Friday night? I was lying in jail. You were walking the town with another man. Couldn't even go my baby. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around the shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms. Go baseman. Sometimes there's a change in the ocean, sometimes there's a change in the sea. Sometimes there's a change in my own true love, but you see that change in me. Roll in my sweet baby's arms, roll in my sweet baby's arms. Gonna lay around this shack till the mail train gets back. Roll in my sweet baby's arms.